Welcome to NewsBreak26 in Southwest New Brunswick. I'm Nathalie Sturgeon. Here's what's happening in our part of the world. A group in St. John is hoping to replicate a tiny home community for those experiencing homelessness. I traveled to St. John to take a look at how that might work and if it will work in more rural communities like the ones in Charlotte County. A new tiny home community is coming to St. John. The homes are modeled after 12 Neighbors in Fredericton, a net zero tiny home community that provided housing to those experiencing homelessness. It employs the Housing First model.
So we've gathered together a team in St. John, great team of volunteers, businesses, people, agencies, and are bringing the 12 Neighbors concept to St. John. It's called Sunnyside here in St. John.
The idea is to provide fully furnished and stocked housing for those on the by names list in St. John. It has several partners, including St. John Energy, who is donating the land, and the United Way for St. John Kings in Charlotte. Belia, who lives in Charlotte County, is co-lead with David Olston, both tech CEOs looking to give back to their communities.
Because I think those of us that are in a position to do something need to do something and try to help. And I think Housing First is an important part of it, provided it's followed with a number of wraparound services that people need.
The project will cost roughly $10 million, with about 80 tiny homes going up on the property, operated by the United Way. After it's built, the idea would be to make the model scalable to other communities, including rural ones like Kings and Charlotte counties.
It's really about also creating a model that is scalable. So our hope is that at the end of this project, we're going to have an affordable housing community that is there for the long term, that's going to help people grow and thrive here in St. John. But in addition to that, we're also going to have a plan that other communities can follow.
Municipalities like St. Stephen have struggled to find solutions to the growing number of people experiencing homelessness in their community. Last year, the province failed to secure a semi-permanent shelter in the winter months and is once again searching for a temporary space. In other communities like St. Andrews, the idea would be welcomed. Mayor Brad Henderson says while homelessness may not be as visible here, it exists.
We need to be cognizant of solutions and support our neighbors. So any idea that really provide solutions for the community should be looked at.
But for those putting faith in this proven model,
ultimately what this means is like dignity and stability. I think those are the two words that come to mind. I think that it's very difficult to move forward in life when you don't have your basic needs met.
A fundraising campaign is set to begin soon, Helis says, with the hopes of bringing people home for good. In election news, the Liberals and Progressive Conservatives in New Brunswick are in a dead heat as the election campaign is underway. A new poll from Main Street Research suggests with a margin of error of about 4% and 95% confidence level, the two parties are neck and neck. It showed 35% of all voters say they would vote Liberal, while 32% would vote for the Progressive Conservative Party. 18% of voters were undecided. In undecided, about 38% of voters say they would vote for the Liberals, while 35% say they would vote for the PCs, with the Greens earning 12%. For decided voters, the Main Street Research poll shows that the Liberals are at 41% and the Progressive Conservatives are at 39%, Greens at 13%, while the People's Alliance comes in fourth. The polls show the race is very close in the early stages. Voters go to the polls on October 21st. Back in eastern Charlotte, there is concern over the use of all-terrain vehicles in the community. Here's a look at what was debated at council. Eastern Charlotte Councillor Alexa Dedarakis has expressed ongoing concern about the use of all-terrain vehicles in the community.
I still support it. However, since its inception, there's been some issues.
She says that includes operators not following the bylaw, adding some are driving on streets that are not approved, including the walking trails. Councillor Michael Thompson says he felt this was an enforcement issue as opposed to the issue with the bylaw itself.
We pay good money to the RCMP to enforce that bylaw and others, and they're not doing their job.
Members of the public who presented to council also spoke about the issues.
The ATVs, they go right down by our house every day by the Mounties, and the Mounties don't do a thing. And most of the ones that I've seen, I've been paying attention, are not registered members because there's no stickers, no nothing on their bikes.
One resident also discussed improving the signage for ATVers.
Part of what she said about the ATV, I never get a chance to talk to Councillor Hatt, but your signage, in a polite way, needs a little tender love and care.
Deputy Mayor David Hatt says the original bylaw was approved by the minister, meaning any changes would also have to be reviewed and approved as well, saying that could take time. He agreed with Thompson that it is more likely an enforcement issue. Didarakis asked Council to send the bylaw to the Public Safety Committee for review, but the motion was defeated in a vote by Council 5-3. That's the news for now. I'm Nathalie Sturgeon, and for more news and content, watch and subscribe for free to CHCO TV on YouTube.
A news and public affairs production of CHCO TV, New Brunswick's only source for independent community television.